Today we're discussing how to add your shipping costs and policies to the YourMarket seller dashboard. From the main dashboard, you'll find the shipping settings under Settings, Shipping, and click there. Then when you're on your shipping dashboard, you'll notice a big button saying click here to add your shipping policies. So let's click there. There are three key areas you need to look at: the processing time, the shipping policy, and your refund policy. So the processing time for this particular business store on YourMarket is 1 to 2 weeks. Actually, let's make it the processing time 1 to 2 days. Okay, so that's how long to process before the product gets going on the delivery. Then my shipping policy, here I'm going to write some terms and conditions and instructions. So I've said we will send you a tracking number from our preferred courier and contact you via email. Let's say shipping / delivery will start after the processing time. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to my customer. And then my refund policy, here I'm going to write my terms and conditions. I do not accept returns or refunds. This is very important for you to put your terms and conditions here for your customers so that they know what to expect if they do purchase your products. Right, so once you've got your shipping policies written out, you've got plenty of space here, so you don't worry about how much information you want to add. You can add as much information as you need. Then you can save your settings. Okay, once your settings are saved, you'll see a little pop-up. Then you're going to go back to your shipping zones. Now, here is the dashboard again. We see a table here with shipping zone, the regions, the shipping methods, and the actions. Basically, how we've set up the shipping for YourMarket is we have two shipping zones. The one is main centers, which largely centers around all the main cities in South Africa. So that's Cape Town, Joburg, Bloemfontein, Durban, etc. And then the regional areas would be anything outside of those main city centers. This is how most courier companies are set up in terms of how they quote you on shipping costs. So we've tried to make that as easy as possible for you to manage your shipping on YourMarket. So what you're going to do is find your preferred courier. We suggest BobGo. It's a courier aggregator. So on BobGo, they will give you quotes from all the courier companies, from RAM to you'll go and have a look there, Express Shipping, Internet Express, all of them, Courier Guy, and then you can decide which is best for you. This is you as the seller manage your shipping and how you get your product to your customer. But on the YourMarket, you need to explain to your customer how much it costs to get that item or those items to them. Okay, so in the zone, we need to now add shipping, what we're calling shipping methods or shipping costs and shipping ways to deliver. All right, so we're going to click edit this and to add our shipping methods. So in our main centers, I know on average I can have an express shipping, or I can have in Joburg I can have free shipping. If I take it to them, people can come and collect from me to make it free shipping as well. Or I can have it that's in 1 to 2 days, or I can have it there in 10 days. And those are all different costs depending on that. So if I add a method, I'm going to get this pop-up and a drop-down. Now at first, we're going to look at the option flat rate. Okay, so for now, let's look at what is flat rate as a shipping method in my shipping zone. I'm going to add that. At first, you're going to get this saved as status on, flat rate, but I need to give that a better title. Nobody knows what this means. So I'm going to go and edit this method. Then I get another pop-up form, okay? And on this pop-up form, you can see the method title is flat rate, the cost, and the description of that. I'm not going to talk about shipping classes in this video, so we can ignore that for now. And then we've got the calculation type at the bottom. So for now, I know that on Bob Go, a courier guy can give me express shipping. They can collect on day 1 if I get there before 11, and then it'll take 1 to 3 days, working days or days to get to my customer. And that average cost is around $120, giving me a little bit of leeway depending on different, things or iterations that might happen with my shipping. So here, description, I'm going to give myself an express. This is express shipping for main sensors. Okay, so this is my description. So I've got my title, my cost, my description, and at the bottom I'm going to choose per order as the calculation type and save my method. Right, then you can see the change to our table here. It no longer says flat rate, it says express shipping 1 to 3 days. This is the title that will come up in checkout for your customer, including that 120 Rand cost. If their postal code sits anywhere in the main sensors postal code list, they will get that option. Now, I also want to give them a cheaper cost. Like if they don't mind getting it in a later time, let's do that. Let's add another shipping method, another flat rate method, and we're going to call this one. Okay, so we see it's come into our table. It says flat rate. No, we don't like that. We want to make it better. We're going to call it standard shipping. Let's go 3 to 10 days. It's going to take a bit longer, but it's going to cost a bit cheaper. So here I'm going to make that at 70 Rand. I know that I can get Internet Express is really cheap. They can get my goods to my customers for a really great rate, and I'll offer that directly to them. This is a win some, lose some, because maybe on that particular day you can only get courier guy and he's 90 Rand. So you got to put your cost in as you expect your shipping guy to give it to you. You can also, so that's a good idea. So then we're going to describe it as standard shipping in main sensors. Okay, so now that's description, and I'm going to remember in my calculation type, I'm going to add it per order, and I'm going to save those changes. So this is great. Now I've got 2 shipping methods in my main sensors. But I'm in Joburg, and I would like to offer anyone in Greater Joburg the option of free shipping. How do I do that? Remembering anything that you put in here is going to come up in your checkout. So how do we do this? So let's see what happens here. If I add a shipping method and I click on the drop down and I see local pickup. Well, let's first do free shipping, because I want to offer free shipping. So what happens here? I'm going to add free shipping. It says free shipping, so that's going to come up in the checkout. So that's a bit scary, because I don't want everyone in Cape Town to even get free shipping. So here I've got free shipping, no requirements. Okay, so this is interesting. So what do? I could say here, free delivery, Joburg only. All right. I could do that. But I need to be specific in my method title. Remember, my method title is going to show in my checkout. Pretty scary, but you have explained to them that it's Joburg only. They can choose it. If they're in Joburg, they can choose free delivery. So this is an option that you can choose. Or if you drop down here at the no requirements, you can see free shipping. You can add some requirements. You can say, well, only if you've got a valid coupon, right? So that's great. So then I can just say free delivery, but only if they've put a valid coupon in at checkout will they get this pop-up coming. Or you can say minimum amount order. So if I put in there 500 Rand, they've ordered 500 Rands worth of products, then this option will pop up. when they check out, because they've got a basket of over 500 Rand, then they can get free shipping. So then this can be for anyone, right? Then another option is the minimum amount, or a coupon, or minimum amount and a coupon. So you can decide on that if you want to offer the free shipping for your customers. Okay, so 4 orders over 500 Rand. Okay. So that's an option. Then another option is the local pickup. So let's have a look what happens when I choose local pickup. So I'm going to add that method, and it comes up as local pickup. I haven't put a charge in yet, so let's go and see what happens. So local pickup again, now you can change this method title. This is another one where you could choose it as, you could make it, you need to describe it is what I'm trying to say. So you can say free collection, or collection Joburg only. And then once someone's chosen that, you can send them, you know, once they've purchased your product, in your orders and your contact with your customer, you can say, well, this is my address. Or you can put your address in here. You could say, you know, 23 First Avenue, Joburg town. You know what I mean? So you could, so they will know that 23 First Avenue, Joburg town, is where the collection is. And then that'll be a zero cost. And then you can describe it as collecting in store, or collecting, you know, wherever you are. So again, what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to choose any of the methods like the local pickup or the free delivery, be sure to describe that method very well, so that nobody in Cape Town is choosing free delivery for Joburg only. So those are the kinds of things that you need to check with that. So there we go. Now in our zone, in our main centers, we have 4 different methods with 4 different costs that will come up in our checkout. Then we go back to our main shipping zones, and we see regional areas. Now what we must do is we must have whatever's available in your main centers must be available in your regional areas at the varying costs. So obviously express shipping in a regional area is a little bit more pricey than, so here we might say express shipping 1 to 3 Rand, but it's 150 Rand because it's outside of the main city centers. And then shipping, standard shipping again, it's a little bit more expensive. If you're going to add free shipping or local pickup, again, Joburg only or Cape Town only, or wherever you are. So those descriptions are very important. We want to make sure that we're telling our clients exactly what we have to deal with.